We all know that for a signal to get from a DVD player, computer, game console, or other video source to a display, such as a TV or monitor, that we need to connect them in some way. But the pros and cons of the various cable standards can be extremely confusing, even for techies. Let's start with good old-fashioned VGA or D-sub. It's usually got a blue plug on the cable and stays in place with screws on either side of the housing around the contact pins. The advantage of VGA today is that older equipment you encounter, like a presentation projector, is pretty much guaranteed to work with it, but that's about it. Because it's an analog standard, the signal degrades from cable length, wire gauge, the conversion to digital for compatibility with your flat panel display, and from your friend sneaking into your house to steal all the red M&Ms. Blech. Its maximum claimed resolution might not seem that bad at a little over 3 megapixels at 85 Hz, but on any modern display, it just won't look very clear and sharp. Use anything else if you can. Our next standard, DVI, is vastly superior to VGA, but actually on the verge of obsolescence just like it. The connector locks with screws just like VGA, but is physically larger, and the biggest advantage of DVI is its versatility. On the video source side, DVI exists in a number of varieties. DVI-D has only pins for an HDMI compatible digital video signal, and DVI-I adds signal pins for a VGA compatible analog signal, meaning with inexpensive passive adapters, it can drive DVI, HDMI, or VGA displays. On top of that, while a single-link DVI connection is limited to 1920 by 1200 at 60 Hz, with a dual-link connection, it is capable of officially carrying 2560 by 1660 Hz. Pretty darn good, especially for the time. DVI's drawbacks are several though. The connector is bulky, and unlike newer standards, it doesn't support the same variety of color spaces, and nor does it carry audio or data along with video. Speaking of newer standards, HDMI 1.4. HDMI's biggest strength today is its ubiquity. You can find it or an intercompatible standard on pretty much any computer, modern piece of AV equipment, or display. It supports multi-channel audio and Ethernet data, superior color depth with compatible content and equipment, and it has a wide video format support, including 4K at up to 30 Hz and a variety of stereoscopic 3D formats. It does have some drawbacks though. The connector standard doesn't include a locking mechanism for one thing, and its resolution is limited to 4K at only 30 Hz, and it also doesn't include official support for wide 21:9 aspect ratios or multiple concurrent video streams. HDMI 2.0 addresses everything that I just said except the locking connector, making it almost as good as my personal favorite DisplayPort, but we just haven't seen much of it yet. DisplayPort, though, is almost the complete package. Unlike HDMI, it has a locking connector. It can be converted to every other standard I've mentioned, including VGA, with an inexpensive adapter, and it doesn't require a royalty to actually physically implement on a product. Like HDMI 2.0, DisplayPort 1.2 supports 4K at 60 Hz, multiple video streams over a single cable, audio, network, and other data signals, stereoscopic 3D, 21:9 aspect ratios, and pretty much anything else you could want, with the only things missing being some home theater remote control features and stuff like that. And things are only going to get better with DisplayPort 1.3 adding support for 8K displays, 4K 3D, and adaptive sync to eliminate lag and screen tearing in games. Rock on, DisplayPort. Now, you've probably noticed by now that other than differentiating analog and digital video signals, I've been focused on features rather than image quality. That's because unless you're a professional user with specific needs in terms of color spaces you need to work inside, digital is digital, and they will all look the same at a given resolution as long as the image isn't completely garbled and corrupted by a defective cable or something. The other thing I haven't mentioned yet is that there are mini and micro versions that exist for some of these connectors. This is simple too. Basically, other than needing a physical adapter or cable, these don't make any difference whatsoever, except when a mini DisplayPort looking connection has a little bolt next to it. Thunderbolt connectors carry a DisplayPort compatible video signal, but can also connect in series with Thunderbolt devices like external hard drives and whatnot. Speaking of Thunderbolts, the sky is pretty much the limit, guys. Fractal Design has decided to buy a couple of more Tech Quickie ad spots for the express purpose of allowing you guys to pick what they do to humiliate me. Last time I got pied in the face. But if you felt like that wasn't creative enough, all you need to do is head over to their Facebook page, linked in the video description, and give Fractal Design your ideas for what they should have me do next. And I mean, while you're at it, I guess you could check out their high-quality computer cases, power supplies, and cooling products. Just a thought. Thanks for watching this Fast as Possible, guys. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you disliked it, and leave a comment if you have suggestions for future Fast as Possibles, or if you just want to, tell me about how tired I look right now because I just got back from climbing a mountain, and I'm just, man, it's a miracle I'm even alive right now. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more Fast as Possible episodes just like this one.